The 29-year-old man suspected of driving a rented truck down a bike path near the World Trade Center and killing 8 people is from Uzbekistan. Saifullo Saikov came to the United States in 2010. That, according to U.S. officials who are involved in the investigation. He reportedly has a Florida driver's license. He was staying in New Jersey. And joining me now, founder and president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy, Zuhdi Jasser, and it is great to have you with us, Zuhdi. This is, again, as we've been discussing here, a matter of vetting. It's a matter of understanding who we're bringing into this country, and it is deeply concerning to millions of Americans that in most instances, and I say most, we know that our government has no idea in hell who they are.
And Lou, you know, the definition of insanity is approaching things the same way and expecting different results. And we finally have a president now that called for a commission on radical Islam and has now had a extreme vetting program that isn't granting the right of all Islamists and people who don't share our worldview. These people are not lone wolves. They are radicalized by a global ideology of not just ISIS, but the Islamic State dominance, global jihadist insurgencies, be it Uzbekistan, Egypt, Syria, and in Germany, France, and the United States. There are populations who may not even be violent, but we have to recognize and sort of unleash our homeland security so that they can begin to look at the precursor ideologies, not just the violent endpoints.
How pathological is it for any nation to not have institutions that are willing to protect its citizens, to do so, to make that a priority? President Trump steps forward to lead the nation and is met by a hidebound orthodoxy in our judicial system, primarily of left-wing ideologues who want to, exalt a quote-unquote living constitution rather than keep their citizens alive.
It's just unfathomable. It's national fratricide, actually, in which we have not allowed ourselves to look at exactly what's happening within the Muslim communities, globally and domestically, and begin to take sides in this battle. I mean, the Lutheran Church, the Protestant movement, for example, is now celebrating 500 years since its Reformation. Islam is 1,438 years old. It is now just beginning, Lou, this process of confronting theocracy, confronting these men in beards and robes who are misogynists, they're anti-Semites, they're theocratic, autocratic tyrants who are creating these militants across the planet. And we're hamstringing not only our homeland security, but our president, our government, our institutions nationally, and empowering, because of identity politics, Muslims that are part of the Islamist problems rather than Muslim reformers who need to be given platforms to push back against this radicalism.
How do we help our president? How do we help this administration, our border patrol, our military, our immigration and customs enforcement agents? How do we help move forward?
All we need to do, Lou, it's not that hard. We just need to shift the conversation from countering violent extremism, which is nebulous, I don't know what that means, to countering violent Islamism. Once our security and national focus and conversation on every program, every hearing is about Islamism, then you will start to all of a sudden see the withering away of Islamist ideologies and the empowerment of Muslim reformers who reject theocracy.
How do you feel about radical Islamists, which is my preferred term?
Perfect. That's, once you call it that, Lou, the Islamists who, even if they're not radical, will be seen as natural precursors of radical Islamists. And that's the way to begin to cure the cancer of Islamism.
Zuhdi Jasser, as always, good to see you, Jared.
Thanks, Lou. Appreciate it.